I'm going to read The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn, Chapter 9. There you go. I want to go with a flashlight about the middle of the island I had found when I was exploring, so we start and soon got it. Because the island was only 3 miles long and a quarter of a mile wide, this place was tall, long, and steep hill and reached about 40 foot high. We had a lot of time in getting to the top. The side was so steep and the bushes so big. We had tramped and then climbed around all of it. And when I found a good big cavern in the lava and moved up to the top of the side toward Illinois, the cavern was as big as 2 or 3 rooms bunched together, and Jim could stand up straight in it. It was cool in there. Jim was for putting our traps in there right away. But I said that we didn't want to be climbing up and down and there all the times. Jim said if we had a canoe in a good place and had all the traps in the cabin, and we could rush there if anybody was to come to the island, and they would never find us without those. And besides, he said the little bird it was going to rain and I wanted the things to get wet. So we went back and then got the canoe and then paddled up and abreast and came on and looked all the traps up there, and then we hunted the upper place close by to hide the canoe amongst the thick willows, and we took some fish out on the lines and set them again. And I began to get ready for dinner. The door of the cabin was big enough to roll a hook shed in, and on one side of the door the floor and stuck out a little bit and was flat, and at the place to build a fire on. So we built it there and cooked dinner. We spread a blanket inside for carpet and eat our dinner staying there, so we put all the other things handy at the back of the cabin, so pretty soon it darkened up and began to thunder and lighten, so the world was light about it. Directly it began to rain. It rained like all fury tooth, and I never see the wind blow so. It was one of these regular summer storms. It would get so dark and it looked all blue black outside and lovely, and the rain would thrash along by so thick, and the trees of a little which looked and spiderwebby, and then here would come out a blast of wind, and that would bend the trees down and turn up the veil on the side of the leaves. And then a perfect leopard and avocados would follow along and set the branches to tossing their arms in as if they were swallowed. Next one was just about the bluest and blackest. It was as bright as glory, and you'd have a little glimpse of to try of the plungings about the waist of sailors in the swamps. Under the yard and further then you could see 3 persons dark as thin against the inner second, and now you hear the thunder like an awful crashing, then go lumbling, grumbling, tumbling, and then down the skies toward the underside of the world, like rolling empty barrels to downstairs, and where is a long stairs and it bounds a good deal. Jim, this is nice, I said. I wouldn't want to be nowhere else but here, passing around another hunk of fish and some hot corned bread. Well, you wouldn't have been here if it hadn't been for Jim. He would have been down there to roost without any dinner set and got almost drowned to that huge honey. Kitty knows when it's Jim's rain, and also the bird shot. The rain went on, raging and raging for 10 or 12 days until at last it was over the banks. There were a 3 or 4 foot deep and on an island in a low place and a little bottom. So on that side it was a good many miles wide, but on the Missouri side it was the same old distance, of course, half a mile, because the Missouri shore was just a wall of high bluffs. The times we paddled over the island in the canoe towards mighty cool and shady in deep woods. Even if the sun was blazing outside, we went windling in and out amongst the trees, and sometimes the vines hung so thick we had to back away and go some other ways. And well, on every old broken down tree you could see rabbits and snakes and such things. And when the island had been overflowed a day or two, they got so things on account of the being hungry. Now you could paddle light up and put your hand on them if you wanted to, but not the snakes and turtles. They would slide off in the waters. The lychee, our cavern was enormous, full of them, and we could have to pass enough if we really wanted them. One night we caught a little section of lumber left next to fine planks. It was 12 foot wide and about 15 or 16 foot long, and the top stood of the water 6 or 7 inches split. Low floors we could see so loaves and go by in the daylight and sometimes, but we let them go and we didn't show ours during the light. Another night when he was up at the head of the island, just before daylight, here comes the Supreme House Downs on the west side, which was a 2-story and 2 over considerable. We paddled out and got aboard a crown in at upstairs the window, but it was too dark to see yet. So we made a canoe fast and then sat in her to wait for daylight. The light began to come before we got to the foot of the island. Then we looked in at the windows we could make out of that and table and 2 old chair and lots of things around to stop out on the floor, and there was clothes hanging against the wall. There were some things lying and floors in the far corner that looked like a man. So Jim said, "Hello, you," and but he didn't budge. So I hollered again, and then Jim says, "The man," and just asleep. Is that at the U-Haul street? I got on, see, and he bent down, and looked and said, "It's the dead man." Yeah, indeed, naked too. This man shot in the back, and I reckoned to be in that 2 or 3 days and coming back. But don't look at his face, it's too ghastly. I didn't look at him at all, and Jim threw some old leg over him, but he didn't done it, and I didn't want to see him, and there was a heap of the old greasy and cards and scares around just over the floor, and all the whiskey bottles and a couple of muskets made out of the black clothes, and all over the world, and it was the ignorance kind of the word, and the pictures made with charcoal. There were 2 old dirties, calico dresses, and some bonnet and some women's underclothes hang against the other wall, and some men's clothing too. We put a lot into the canoe, it might come good. There were the boys, all the speckled straws had on the floor. I took that too, and there was a bottle that had milk in it, and I had the leg and stuffed for a baby to suck. And we took the bottle, but it was broke, and there was a seedy old chest and an old hair trunk, and there was a high hinges broken. They stood often, but there were nothing left in them, but that was an account. The rate of things was scattered about. We like on the people left in a hurry, and one fixed though as to carry off, and most of their stuff. We got all the tin lanterns and a butcher knife without any handles, and a brand new television knife was to be seen in stores, and a lot of turtles candles, and a tin candlestick, and a gar, and a tin cup, a rail and bedquilt off the bed, and a curtain with its needles and pins and beeswax, and then buttons and thread, and all such work in it, and then hatchet and some nails, and a fish line. I think it is my little finger with some monstrous hooks on it. And a book skin, and a leather stock in color and culture, and some beer and medicine that didn't have no levers on them, but the city where he was living, I found a tour was good and could come. Jimmy found us a little old fiddle bow and a wooden leg. The straps was broke off it, and but worrying that it's could come, and Jimmy found us a little old fiddle bow, no wooden leg. The straps was broke off it. While worrying that it was a good enough leg, and though it was too long for me and not long enough for Jim. And I could find the other ones, and we hunted around. And so take it around, and we made us a good hole, and then When we was led to show we were just quarters of a mile below this island. And it was pretty bored already, so I made Jim lay down in the canoe and covered up with the quilt, and then because he sat up and people could tell he was meager, a good ways off. I fell over to the inner shore and then drifted down most of a half of a mile doing it. I crept up the deadest water under the bank and then hadn't no accident and didn't see nobody till we got home all safe.